strength and vitality. You must have muscles of iron, nerves of steel. Feel like Christ, you will be Christ. Feel like Buddha, and you will be Buddha. Religion is the manifestation of the natural strength that is in man. Man's strength or his tolerance, love, unselfishness, generosity, truthfulness, and combined with faith. Differences create gaps, and we need to reap love, not hatred, out of diversity. And to do so, we need to release the long forgotten value of tolerance. To recapitulate Mahatma Gandhi, quote, if you take away one eye for eye, the whole world will become blind. Also he said, if only Christians are true Christians and follow the principles of Christianity, there will not be one Hindu in India. So the basic principles of human life is more important than the religion and other unimportant matters. So let us teach ourselves to sow love where there is hatred, to pardon where there is injury. Our brother said, forgive. I think there is the great ideals of humanism is forgiveness. To spread faith where there is doubt, give hope where there is despair, and to love to be loved, so that our country wakes into that heaven of freedom where the world has not been broken into fragments by narrow dimension walls fulfilling Tagore's dream. I would like to end by saying that if man is not able to respect the manifested God in human being, what is the use of thinking about the unmanifested God? I think we have to respect God, man. We have to see that we give love, we are pure, we are truthful, we have the charitable attitude, and we save people rather than taking lives. With this, I end. I thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you.
Salam alaikum. Freedom of religion is a central value in the U.S. There's a common belief that Americans don't care about religion. I'm here to tell you that is wrong. Americans care passionately about religion. For us, however, religion is perhaps more of a private than a public matter. For us, it matters very much that one chooses one's own religion, because in the end, one chooses one's own fate and one's own salvation. I can look at my own family, for instance, and I'm not making this up, but within my own family, we have Methodist Christian, we have a Buddhist, we have a Jew, we have an Eastern Orthodox Catholic, we have a Shia Muslim, and we finally have a Roman Catholic. And that's just my family. And I submit that most American families will have in them a variety of individuals with a variety of views, nearly all of whom care very passionately about their religion. Now, I love India. I've been coming to India for more than 30 years. I would guess that the most of you were not born when I first came to India. So I'm the old experienced teacher here, and I tell you that India is changing very, very rapidly, and it's an exciting time to be here in India. India is, along with the U.S., I think the two most pluralist societies there are in the world. I run into Indians constantly who say, well, I'm here, but I'm actually from Calcutta. And I'm there, but my family is actually from Kerala. Again and again and again. An Indian is not a person who's rooted in a single place, but comes from a family that can look back to other parts of India, to other ways of seeing things. And so you too, like an American, have made choices to determine who you are and why you are here. That, to me, is very exciting. I find that as I visit India again and again, all the way from Ladakh, Srinagar, to Chennai, that it is not a divide between those who care about religion and those who don't care about religion. It's a divide between those who believe that people should be allowed to practice their religion and those who do not. The United States is known for Coca-Cola, Pepsi, MTV, a whole lot of other things which you may enjoy, but which do not seem particularly important. But I would suggest that the United States' gifts to the world are tolerance and freedom, and the respect for tolerance and freedom. The United States wants a world where there's a balance of power between those who would be for this version of freedom and those who would be for that version of freedom. The United States does not want a world where the United States controls any approach to freedom. Instead, we want you and you and you to work with us to find a balance that will lead us all to freedom. Therefore, the United States wishes to create the conditions that will allow you and all the people in the world to choose along with you their own ways toward political and economic liberty. The United States supports this not out of a political purpose, not out of a desire to appear good, but because it is good. Now, the United States believes in peace. However, the United States also believes that it is necessary to defend peace. Especially, we wish to achieve our goals of freedom and tolerance by defending peace against those who advocate global terror. We will use every tool at our disposal to prevent and contain and respond to terrorist attacks. However, when I say every tool, I do not mean bombs, planes, guns, knives. I mean things like good education. I mean things like clean water, sanitation, health. I mean things like plain old auditing of financial accounts. I mean things like cooperating with your authorities, with those of the other countries in the world, to contain criminal elements. I mean things such as stopping the flow of narcotics, which fuels a lot of terrorism. I mean things such as stopping the flow of people against their will across borders to be used by others. These really are, I think, basic to our campaign against terror. It is unfortunate that too often the resort to force captures the central attention when actually you and I are engaged together with all these kinds of ways of combating terror. There's a common misperception that the U.S. somehow is against Islam. I am here to tell you that is absolutely, definitely, completely wrong. The U.S. is a nation of immigrants, and our people include Muslims from around the world, whether it be Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Africa, or of course, India. Therefore, the U.S. war on terrorism is not a clash of civilizations. It is not the U.S. versus Islam. It is really a clash between civilization, which is everyone in this room, and those who would seek to destroy it. To defend against the common dangers and build on our common hopes, the United States has and will intend to continue working with the UN and other international organizations, as well as bilaterally with countries like India to combat terrorism. We know that any single vision